What the Bizarre Beast is kind of carving a pathway for other creators to follow. DCP Plus is all about that. Not only just put streaming content out there, but empower the creator. I'm just getting started. There's so much more inside of my mind that this universe has to offer.
Take two, people. Let's do this again. Welcome back to TALNT Cast, everybody. This is Fatima, and today I'm your host. We are kicking things off with the DCP Award for Bass Creators. We launched this award in celebration of our move to bass and in support of artists who are bringing their work on chain. And to start, we have Dylan, our very first recipient of this award and the creator behind BizarreBeasts. Hi, Dylan.
Hey, Fatima, how are you? I'm really excited to be here.
Yes, that we're very excited to have you here and to talk a little bit about this beautiful, strange, colorful
Yeah.
world that you created, you put together. And let's just get started. I want to hear directly from you. Tell us how BizarreBeasts started.
Yeah, so there's kind of a storied history here. You know, my whole childhood and growing up, I was always obsessed with illustrating, drawing, comics, cartooning. And as I grew, I actually had a chance to travel to Europe and visited the Louvre and was so moved by beautiful masterpieces and classic works. And then through time, I was able to develop a really unique perspective on what that means. And I'm also really inspired by ancient and tribal art, like the Nazca lines and cave drawings. So you can see in the BizarreBeasts illustrations, there's like a really primitive, simplified yet fun approach to the characters that's reminiscent of that outsider art style or that hand-drawn, cave-drawn style. So that's really how I developed this art collection. And then in 2021, 3 years after my wife and I started our art studio, I started illustrating in my sketchbook these strange, bizarre beasts, and really accentuated by a single line to do the entire outline of each character. My wife saw it and she was like, wow, you should really pursue this. This is a pretty cool collection. So I spent several years illustrating over 300 illustrations, 50 canvas paintings, really developing what the BizarreBeast universe would be. And that's what you see today.
I love that. I'm wondering if you were to, let's say, summarize what BizarreBeast is into one sentence, what would you say?
Yeah, the BizarreBeasts in a single sentence. It's a notorious on-chain collection of fun hand-drawn characters integrated into memes, contests, stickers, games, animations, and everything is on-chain.
What you do is, it's really what I think the place of technology has in art, where it starts with your mind and your and your paper, and then you kind of translate that into this this online world, the on-chain world, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you kind of hope that the process of BizarreBeasts and how it comes from your hand-drawn work and bring it into this on-chain world, what do you hope that inspires other people that might not, think technology has much of a place in creativity?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So when I launched the BizarreBeasts project, there was a few different goals I had in mind. One was just purely as a personal art-driven passion, which was to bring more distribution to my artwork. But as I brought the artwork on chain, I realized that the on-chain Web3 world is such a warm, welcome, and community-driven environment that it's really hard for an artist or a creative entrepreneur to find their voice and niche in the Web2 social world. There's just so many creators, right? So in this case, for me, that was the first goal, which was to just bring my art on chain, plug into the technology, and distribute it. But as the BizarreBeasts project evolved, it's really become more of a community-driven, art-powered experience. So to answer your question, what the BizarreBeast is kind of carving a pathway for other creators to follow. I do a significant amount of work with testing new tools and collaborations within the base system, all within Farcaster native there. Everything is token and coin driven, so the BizarreBeast universe is all ownable and shareable. It's cultural property when it's on chain. It's not just mine as an artist, and it's not just the person who buys it. It's not just their art anymore. It's all of our art. And then to take that deeper, I even have many community members that draw their own BizarreBeasts based upon BizarreBeast IP. And those are stickers in the BizarreBeast contest as well. So there's a lot of exchange happening within the community, and it's all on chain. And that wouldn't happen otherwise.
Now, speaking of the project itself, this universe that you've built sits in different kind of avenues. You have the art part, the storytelling part, you have some games, you of course the community as well.
Yeah.
It's so many mediums. How to kind of balance all of those mediums and still maintain the nature and the heart of this piece?
To balance all of those things has actually been a pretty big challenge as a solo creator. Thankfully, I have my wife and business partner who's a music genius, and she is the one that composes all the music for my games. Other than that, everything's created by me, by hand. I've coded all the games. I've built the mini app. I've written over 80 articles as just trying to share my journey along the way as building BizarreBeasts. To balance all of those things has really required a lot of passion, discipline, consistency, drive. But thankfully, by bringing all of these elements on chain, there's kind of like a hive mind approach that's taking place so that I, as an entrepreneur, can leverage those things together. For example, when someone participates in a meme contest on the BizarreBeast app, they're sharing my artwork. By generating votes for their meme, they will be rewarded with BizarreBeast tokens. I can announce those winners in a paragraph article, which is also collectible, also shareable. So by having all the elements tied together on chain, the games, the writing, the art, the hand-drawn illustrations, it all helps me lift it all together with one single voice, even though it's across multiple medium.
We're moving from traditional artwork into this new kind of way to share and create art. But you are maintaining the same aspect of that all artists and all art lovers love about artistry as a whole, right? It kind of sits in this 3D world that we live in. It's now online, and you are doing it successfully. When you see the work of BizarreBeasts, you feel that it's hand-drawn. You can tell that a lot of effort went into it. It's creative, it's beautiful to look at. I guess really the question would be, what would you say to people that are still worried about technology or worried about this kind of nature that we're moving into?
Yeah, and maybe specifically with the way that artwork can be generated through the power of AI and using technology to create art, I don't feel threatened at all by AI artwork. I actually supported many of my community members are using AI to create their BizarreBeast stickers and memes because maybe they don't have the ability to draw it or not the technology. And for one, you can tell a difference between something that I've drawn by hand versus something that's been created, but also it doesn't take away at all from the brand of what this is. So that's my personal story. Now, in the art world itself, I actually think that using AI and technology has a big role and part to play in both the creation of artwork, but not maybe just from an image standpoint. I, as an artist, use AI in code to create artwork, and in those ways I could never maybe hand draw it on my own. So I don't feel threatened by it. I actually think people should use it as an expression tool, just like a paintbrush that can just help you dream, perhaps.
An expression tool to help you dream. That's definitely quotable. That's going in, just letting you know. I love that. The heart of BizarreBeasts. I think we have kind of covered that a little bit, but I want to know from your personal human point of view, what keeps you drawn to this strange edge of existence?
Yeah, it kind of started, I would take my sketchbook to restaurants, to the beach, on vacation. I would take it to family events. One time I was getting my driver's license and waiting a long time, and I was sketching all the people that were in the way of me having my license. And so all of these Bizarre Beast creatures are actually really inspired by my personal life and people that I interact with, my brother, my parents, in the most complimentary way possible. But this, in a way, even though I've done all of this artwork and built this universe yet, to me, I'm just getting started. There's so much more inside of my mind that this universe has to offer. Working on some streaming and animation content next year that I think will be really powerful and fun. And in that way, I'll be able to build a Bizarre Beast city and Bizarre Beast environments and where they live and what pets they have and what they eat and what their voices sound like. And to me, that just would bring my young self into my highly educated artistic self today.
You mentioned it very quickly that there is an animated work in the works. Do you want to
There is.
tell us a little bit more about that? What excites you the most about it?
Yeah, springboarding off of this opportunity from DCP and the Base Creators Grant, I was so honored and humbled at the same time to be recognized in the first place category. To be a solo creator up at 2 to 4 a.m. coding and drawing and trying to create this artwork to share it with everyone. To have that recognition just meant so much to me. And then the funding enabled me to take some time to create a new animated short, Bizarre Beast Zombies. And I'm going to use that to springboard on the DCP Plus platform, which is the up and coming streaming platform, which I'm really excited to publish content on because, of course, it's Onchain and it's on my favorite, the Base chain. We're building on Base together, and DCP Plus is all about that, the heart of the mission, which is to grow on-chain creators and to help not only just put streaming content out there, but empower the creators who are building the streaming content to earn a living, to get distribution, to have marketing collab and potential. So I'm really going to springboard on the DCP Plus platform and publish some really cool content. Concepting the Bizarre Beast animated series, kind of a pilot idea. And I'm also going to be building like a Bizarre Beast learning lab for young children, for them to participate in the Bizarre Beast world and maybe learn how to count and do their ABCs with Jasper or Hans, the Bizarre Beast characters. So
my
they're going to be a lot of fun.
Horrible.
Yeah, and all of it will be on DCP Plus, and I feel like that's pioneering and exciting. It's like going to the moon for an artist like me. So
Beautiful. It's definitely something that's growing, and us at DCP, we're so happy to be a part of this, and in whatever way we're able to. Definitely proud to see artists like you, successfully making their way and pioneering, like you said. I think that's a great word. Very, very excited to be seeing what's coming. Something I love to ask is an anecdote or personal story of yours that has stood out in this process to you, or that maybe felt like a poignant moment in your life that changed something. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Don't overthink.
oh man. Okay. Well, I guess the first thing that really comes to mind is last year I was recognized on Farcaster as sort of a community hero, and it brought with it a lot of recognition and collaboration and energy behind the project that really helped spur everything that I was doing. Prior to that, when I first got started and I was a nobody, I would show up and try to bug influencers on Farcaster with hand-drawn comics, kind of making fun of their conversation or something like that, kind of like one-to-one, hand-to-hand combat. And when this recognition took place, it really kind of set the tone for me, feeling like I'm making a meaningful impact on chain. I'm building a community. People here care about it, and they want more of what I'm creating. So
Yes.
it was a really big moment for me.
I love that. We definitely want more, for sure. Thank you for bringing Bizarre to DCP. Thank you for creating this universe, and first of also for being so great, easy to talk to, and definitely a great first podcast. I think.
Yeah, I was really honored to be a part of, to be the first recipient of the award and to be recognized. Thanks to Matt, Leo, DCP, to you, to the Base community, and to everyone who's listening. I'm excited to keep creating.
We're excited to keep watching and participating because now we can do that.
Yeah.
And to everyone listening, you can explore BizarreBeasts Onchain and hopefully on DCP Plus soon as well. Let's just, until next time, people, please keep creating, keep experimenting, and stay wonderfully weird. That is my favorite thing about people.
Absolutely.